I am one of your hosts, Jason. Alongside me is Phil.
What's up, everybody?
That's Phil, everyone. This is our podcast where we talk about games and what's important to us with games and news about games and things like that. So, to get into it, this is our first podcast. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to mess up a lot. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that, Phil?
Yeah, I think that's acceptable.
Okay, cool. So I guess we'll get into the meat of things for this topic.
All right, let's just jump into it. So this first episode, I really just guys want to give you some background on like who we are, how we got here to making this podcast, and like what kind of games we're really into. So I'm gonna start first. I guess that's just kind of how I roll. So when I first started playing, I was on NES, onto SNES. Kind of came up through that. Never really, those weren't mine. They were all my brother's. I didn't own a system until N64. But my biggest memory back from the day was playing Sonic, actually, and trying to beat it all in one day because we rented it.
Time out.
The first time. Oh.
No, you're good. You're good. I think it's so interesting, and you guys will learn about Phil, that his favorite or most vivid memory is a Sega game.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
That's a first for me.
Yeah, so you'll learn I'm a pretty huge Nintendo fanboy. But
advocate.
Yeah, we'll call it fanboy. No, spade is a spade, right? But yeah, the first memory I have is just Sonic for hours on end trying to beat it before we had to return it that night, and getting yelled at for like not coming to dinner and just
Quality
different
game.
things like that. It was good.
Quality game.
Sonic Boom was really good, I heard too. So
I don't pay attention to that.
That's not a true thing.
I
It was
stopped at
terrible.
Sega.
Yeah, you should
weird?
have. No, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So then the next one I moved on to, actually, the next biggest thing I played was Diablo 2 for PC, because my brother bought a PC specifically for it. And I wasted so many hours on Diablo 2. And then LOD, when it came out.
LOD is?
Lord of Destruction.
Okay, cool.
That's a little expansion pack for them. I was hawking my Stone of Jordans. Kind of left that game as soon as all the hacks came into it. They had a notorious problem with just like people literally making up their own weapons and putting them in the game. Like they would just be like, "Hey, this weapon has 1,000,000 strength. It's in the game now." And that was it. Like,
they're mad because they actually have forgers in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
they
should give them
so
towers.
Much. Yeah,
I don't know.
They had so many things that just like were wrong with it, and they just decided never to fix it or whatever. And then that kind of explains my current obsession with Diablo 3,
That's
Reaper
an
of
addiction.
Souls.
That's an addiction.
We're on season 2 now, obviously. And then if anyone has been keeping up, people have already maxed out Greater Rifts. They've already maxed out Rifts. If you ever want to, I'm always on. It's Blazers New Hope is my name if you ever want to jump in a game with me. I generally try to do riff runs now, but I'll still do bounties to try to get some achievements. But then one day me and Jason decided to have an idea about a podcast, and kind of talking to you guys out there.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. What is all this stuff we do?
Who are we?
But we decided to do this basically as a way to communicate with other people who think like-minded. I think we have a pretty different look on a lot of issues and a lot of things that happen in the world of gaming than what other people do. But
that's true. I think you guys are going to learn that we're here to have fun. We're here to, have a stance on certain things and, just mess around with others. But, segueing into my side of it, my most vivid memories are my Sega. Definitely my Sega. I'm a little younger than Phil, but I did have a Super Nintendo. I had Terminator.
It's a terrible game.
To me, it was like the best thing ever.
Still a terrible game.
I could vividly remembering playing Terminator and thinking like actors in the movies didn't die; they just came back to life like the video game.
Right.
That's how
they do.
was.
That's actually how real life works.
I was like, man, Jean-Claude Van Damme has so many lives. That's
Right.
all I kept thinking because he was in like every movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Back in the day.
Right. We're
but-
actually in that new one too. Expendables 1 through 25, I think.
I like those movies. That's for another day. But yeah, so I had a Super Nintendo. I had the mainstays, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
I had Terminator among other things. Then I got into my Sega. That's where I just became a loner. Had Sonic. I had almost every Sega game.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think back.
Well, someone had to buy them.
Yeah.
because other people weren't.
So I was the baby. I was spoiled. Yes, and I'm definitely the reason Sega lasted a long. I think I funded the Dreamcast. Just saying.
So you funded one of the biggest mistakes in gaming history.
Well, they gave me NBA 2K.
Yeah.
So the 2K series.
So
I'm
wait,
okay
did you
with that.
buy a Dreamcast?
No, I borrowed it.
You borrowed it.
I borrowed it.
So someone else made that poor decision.
Yes, and I lived across the street from my cousins, and they really got me into gaming. They really did. Like, I basically followed suit with everything they had, except for they had a GameCube, they had a Dreamcast. Oh, okay. I never owned a Nintendo 64. I went from Super Nintendo to Sega.
So wait, I gotta.
I had a
interrupt
Game
you
Boy.
already. No, I don't care. I have to interrupt you. So Super Mario 64.
I did play it.
You did.
I did play it.
Okay, did you beat it?
Can I get there?
Well, you made me nervous when you said I never owned a 64.
I can't remember. I went through a lot of it because I can remember some of the worlds. I can't remember. I don't think I did. I don't think I beat it.
That's upsetting.
Oh, you know, it happens. I was too invested into my PlayStation, which was my next console, and that's my staple right there. Sony PlayStation, or PSX as people like to call it. I played a lot. I had God, and this is before you really traded games in. I had, you remember those CD, like fixture things that you put CDs in so you see all the names like that.
Yeah. That people used for music. Yep.
Yes, it had like slots, basically like 50 slots. I had a whole thing filled of just games. Final Fantasy Tactics, obviously the other Final Fantasies, 7, 8, 9, which 10's my favorite, which is for PS2, but 9 is definitely...
I was going to say, now you're flipping to 2.
Yeah.
So you're just talking about Sony in general.
Yeah.
Your undying love
Metal
for
Gear
Sony.
Solid. Oh my god, Metal Gear Solid, so good.
Yeah, which
Siphon Filter.
started where?
I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah, okay. Just want to throw
I
that
didn't
one
play
out
the old Metal Gears. Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2.
because it was on Nintendo.
And I was too young. I didn't know what I was looking for. And then by the time
Right, because you're too busy with Terminator.
I never backed. I only played what they gave me, Phil. I had Echo the Dolphin. You think I go out of my way?
I saw it. No, you know what? I actually played Echo the Dolphin. I hated every second of it.
I was just thinking like...
All I would do is jump up, and then I would be like, this is dumb, and I'd put something else on.
I'd rather play Free Willy. Like, that's the whole...
Is that a thing?
No, but they should have made a Free Willy game.
And it's just all the game could be is a how high can you jump game. And just a wall gets higher every time.
I mean, if you've seen the Blackfish documentary, you could have killed somebody.
Yep.
No?
Whoa.
Too far?
We
Too
got
far.
dark
Sorry.
here. All right.
Sorry. Transitioning back. So yeah, and then I got my PlayStation 2. My lovely PlayStation 2. I had, at release, Oni, which was by far...
Oni.
Which
one was that?
Go look that up. That is it was a launch game, and it was a shooter, third-person shooter.
ONI?
Yep. Worst controls ever. Like, it was just bad. I did play it, though. NBA Street. No, SSX, sorry. SSX, yeah. And
SSX is where it was at.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, I
stopped playing after Tricky, but...
Yeah, no, Tricky kind of went downhill after that, because they launched one for, like, the Wii and for the 360, and it wasn't that great.
Well, all those, cartoony extreme games...
Whoa. First of all, I'm just
at?
kind of looking up some words here.
For Oni?
You know who helped develop Oni?
Who?
It's a pretty big name developer.
I don't remember.
Like huge.
I know I should know this.
Huge developer.
I know somebody's gonna yell at me for this.
Like somebody that you happen to love.
I love. Who do I love? I don't love a lot of people.
All right, so I'm just gonna drop this because I don't think you get there.
Wait. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Bungie.
Oh yeah.
So that was
yes,
back.
they did.
That was back when they were still developing Mac and PC games.
Yep.
Because as you all know, hopefully you all know, they were actually stolen from Mac by Microsoft.
Yep.
Which in a huge coup.
Something about Chiefs. Or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Something. Guy makes a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Something about rings. But anyways, Oni.
Division.
But my favorite games on the PS2, God, there's so many. Metal Gear Solid 2, I transitioned. Onimusha. That is an awesome game. So think of if you've never played it, think of kind of like Resident Evil meets like a samurai.
Like a good Resident Evil.
Yeah, meets like Devil May Cry.
So what's your good Resident Evil?
Resident Evil 1.
Okay.
Resident Evil 1, not Resident Evil 4
Okay.
or anything like that. But like you were in a castle and
Yeah.
you just constantly like solve puzzles and run back and forth through the castles and the fortress. But it was an awesome game. Onimusha 1, 2. I never played 3 because it just didn't appeal to me. But yeah, and then I transitioned to I had both last gen consoles, 360,
So you had both.
PS3. I wanted PlayStation 3
So the
to
Wii
be,
doesn't count.
No.
I just want to see where we're at with that.
No.
So did you play?
Well, that's not true. It counted. I just
You just didn't play it.
Yeah.
So did you not play any of like the staples?
Nope.
So the Galaxies,
No.
the parties,
This
the
is funny
cards,
'cause I own
the
them.
Smash, all those things.
I own the 2 Galaxies because my fiance plays them.
Yeah. So you never.
Nope.
So what is it? Let's throw this out there right off the rip. What is it about Nintendo that drives
God.
you away?
It's nothing against them. I know that the biggest thing with those Nintendo games is the gameplay. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay with that. I think, for me, the idea of reused. I don't want to say reused because that's not the right thing. Because they're newer games. They have new
They're
mechanics.
basically
It's the same premise.
amount of sequels.
Yeah, it's the same
right. So it
premise
amounts to a
every
sequel.
time.
Yeah.
And I've always, and I think about it more and more, I've always been, for the most part, a story. Like, I like stories in games.
Right.
I love, like listening
So
to them, reading them.
are you trying to say Mario doesn't have story?
I don't think that you play Mario for the story.
No, you don't. Not even a
You
little
know what
bit.
I mean? I make this joke with you all the time that's the Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent to Liam Neeson in Taken. Like,
Yeah.
you took my princess.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
must kill
find you.
or crush your turtles.
But then invite you to go Mario Karting later.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
at least they're one big family where
Yeah.
they can do that.
Right.
I guess, I mean,
And golfing and baseball.
I feel like Donkey Kong always fucks things up somehow
Yeah.
when he's in the party because
Yeah.
he's always the big guy. He's in the way. But
Well,
Wario's just a hater.
even a Wario gets invited.
He's a hater.
He's still allowed to come.
And,
Still allowed to party.
Bowser's just saying that all
So
the time.
so basically, what you're saying is, I just want to get this, recorded because I think this is great.
Oh, God.
We want to get the person who buys Call of Duty every year that doesn't like to play repetitive games.
First off, I did not buy Call of Duty Ghosts.
You bought Advanced Warfare.
I did. Again, when we talk about stories,
Yeah.
Call of Duties have good campaigns.
Oh, that was terrible. Advanced Warfare was by far the worst campaign.
Okay, I think. Well, I didn't play Ghost, so I can't speak for Ghost. Modern Warfare 3 for me was fucking terrible.
No, Advanced Warfare is way worse.
It had Kevin Spacey.
I don't care.
Well, I think
I don't care.
be honest though.
Yeah.
First off, they're gonna learn that you don't play most games for the story.
Yeah, mostly don't care about story.
But
Let
at the
me
same
play. Let me have fun. Let me get lost.
Yeah.
I don't need the story for that. God, my favorite game is freaking Diablo 3 right now. So there's a great story. Grind that loot.
Give me the loot.
Yeah. Also, I'm a loot whore. But yeah, no, just Advanced Warfare story was so, it was so terrible because every other game right now has such big areas, so much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then Advanced Warfare went, look how pretty all of this is. You can't go there. Don't touch that. Stay
Yeah.
on this linear path. And it was just, it was predictable, and it was...
Yeah, it was like
It was whatever.
You didn't play. You were just along for the ride. Like
So it was the order.
Well, I haven't played it yet, so
That's
I'll
what
let you
everyone's
know when I
saying.
do. Because
That's
I'm
what
gonna play that
everyone's saying.
game. I'm not paying $60.
Yeah,
for it.
not paying $60. No way.
But I will say this: one part I don't like about the Call of Duties is their multiplayer. Now, I think that is the recycled part.
Yeah. But come on, they had suits that jump higher.
I'm sorry, Titanfall. I mean, I credit them for sticking to the guns because I'm sure, like we talked about, like they probably were making that around the same time.
Yeah.
Titanfall was probably making their game, and they're just like, whatever, we'll just do our thing.
Well, because Call of Duty's going to sell either way.
Yeah,
Like, let's be honest.
And I think Titanfall's biggest gap was like the
no
lack
single player.
Yeah, no single player. I mean, they called it a single player.
No single player. Yep.
And then like the content was more limited than it should have been.
Yep.
Which I get it. I mean, it was still an awesome game. Like I enjoyed playing a lot of it. How did we get here?
Okay, so
we gotta go back.
loop it back.
We gotta go back.
Right, loop it back to
Oh.
your hatred for Nintendo.
No. See, no, that's not what we were talking about.
No, because
We
I
were talking
asked you
about
why you
what I
don't
played
like
last gen.
Nintendo. No, I was asking
don't
why you
not like
don't
Nintendo.
like Nintendo.
I don't not like a Nintendo.
So I'll put it in this way. I play. So last gen I had all three consoles. This gen I have all three consoles.
you do.
I absolutely love the staples from Nintendo. So any new Mario,
most Nintendo fans do.
right? So any new Mario that comes out, obviously Smash Brothers that just came out, still
That's fun.
waiting on a stupid GameCube adapter.
You think Nintendo knows people are waiting?
I don't think
That's
they
another
care.
reason Nintendo pisses me off.
Because they didn't have enough. Well, so that
But
might
they
be.
do that all the time.
Yeah, but this
Phil.
might be the port issue. That's all I'm saying. Is we got
I
a
get
million ships out west just kind of hanging out because of the strike and whatnot. But striking, yeah. But no, so I'll play Nintendo for all of its staples. Like, so no big surprise. I traded in my Vita. I'm gonna get a new 3DS XL.
I don't get that. No,
For
okay.
because honestly,
I get it.
half of it, I just want to play some Pokemon. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't played Pokemon in years. Like, I want that.
I wonder. They gotta have a new
every
one
one of
coming
their staples, and I'm never as motivated to play staples from PlayStation or Xbox. They don't have them as much, I think.
Well, they don't. I mean, Microsoft doesn't even have a handheld yet,
Well, they're not going to do a handheld.
Yeah,
they're
not.
dumping everything into their Windows 10 phone.
and their Surface tablets.
Yeah, the Surface tablets. Yep. But so I don't see on PS4, Vita when I was playing it, or the one, like, they don't have those standout games to me that are like, I'd be okay just owning this console. So like Xbox, what do they got coming out? Forza, Halo, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. I think Tomb Raider is going to be big for them.
I think it'll go PC though.
What?
So that's the other part of the
you
problem is
play a
I'll
lot of-
PC
yeah.
game. I'm very happy with my PC.
Yeah.
I've changed a lot because I used to swear by desktop PCs and now I have a gaming laptop. But
You traitor.
I am a traitor. You have no idea.
Dare you? The PC community is revolting.
But I'll play a lot of games on PC, so like a lot of stuff Xbox releases, I mean, I can generally also get it on PC. Now there's
Yeah,
rumors.
cheaper.
Well, then now there's rumors of Halo going to PC.
That's going to happen. Well, they
I
were
don't see how
talking
it
about
doesn't.
it. They talked about it in that conference.
Yeah.
didn't they? Yeah.
So I don't see how it doesn't happen just from a money perspective, like all those extra people.
Yeah.
And then the same with PS4, and I know, people will hate on me for saying it, but again, the exclusives aren't there. Like, hey, let's make a great franchise, which I loved 1 and 2, Little Big Planet. Let's come out and just screw that into the ground.
Well, they had Uncharted.
Yeah, they got Uncharted, which
Last of
is
Us.
probably one of... Right, so
they have
Uncharted...
Naughty Dog.
They have Naughty Dog, right. So they have Naughty Dog. So they have Uncharted and Last of Us.
Yeah.
There's a couple others that I will play that
A
will
lot of
be
people like
exclusive.
Killzones.
I
I
don't
never got
care
into
for 'em.
Resistance.
Didn't care for Resistance.
I tried. I tried with Resistance. I
But
just
like,
didn't do it.
so the amount of games I would buy for the PS4 is the same amount I buy for Nintendo Wii U. So
Fair enough.
to me, there's no difference.
Okay.
And luckily, I happen to be in a position in my life I can afford all three. I can't afford every game that comes out for them
'Cause you're a street hooker.
right?
Okay.
Sell my body all
You're
the time.
getting to know us,
It's funny,
guys.
I actually have this trick where I'll go up to people and I'll be
Oh,
like,
God.
I'll be like, "Yo, I'll strip for you."
I'm sorry about this, guys.
Like, and they'll be like, "How about this? I'll give you $50, put your shirt on, and walk away." Deal done. Quick 50. I don't have to show anything, and I walk away.
That's true.
That's almost
true.
enough to buy a video game.
That's quite a bargain.
It is.
You know,
And I keep clothing on.
I feel like somehow that's assault in some way, but let's not go down that path.
It's probably fine.
That's good. That's good. But yeah,
So, what are you playing now? What's
What am I-
what's your game
Oh,
of
man, you
choice
wanna-
at this moment?
I think you already know, but for those out there that haven't played it yet, if you like sandbox games, play Dying Light.
Yeah.
I am. I'm liking Dying Light. So I'm playing Dying Light. I'm enjoying it. I really like the open world. You can free run and do everything. Like, it works. It works really well. And I also feel like it has those RPG elements. Feel like they're necessary.
So, as someone who hasn't played, like, there's actual. What do you level up? Do you?
You level up. It's based on what you do is how you get experience. So there's 3 sets of like skill trees and things like that, and there's agility, there's survivor, and there's combat. So if you're a free runner who is basically Spider-Man, who's climbing buildings, jumping off stuff, you get more agility points. Surviving's more about crafting, making gadgets and stuff like that, saving people, doing side missions, and you get different perks for that. And then combat's just combat. The more you fight people, the more experience you get for that. So it feels like it fits in really well with the free running and the story, because although it's a little weird because the guy goes in like as an agent and it's like you don't know how to wield a wrench. It's kind of weird, but you know.
So he basically graduated from their academy the day before they sent him on this hugely important mission.
Yeah, and he like breaks his leg during fall. I mean, he was a big girl, but he's infected. And spoilers.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to the end, but that's how the beginning starts. I'm playing a lot of it. I think the best part about it is, I mean, it's not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. And I think the biggest thing is the fact that you really have to kind of watch everything you do and watch your back and know you have an escape route just in case. It feels like what I think the show Walking Dead tries to portray, or even the books.
Yep.
Where like you think you're watching them experience something, you're like, they're idiots, why didn't they do this?
Yeah.
And when you're doing it, you're not thinking of that part of it, and it's just like, oh shit, I just closed this door behind me and now there's 15 zombies in front of me.
Yeah.
So it's really fun in that regard, and I'm playing a lot of that. And then on my Vita I started playing Persona 4.
There you go.
I am a bit of a laggard when it came to that. I never played it on PlayStation 2, so so far I like it. It's like dorkier than I would have expected, but I'm okay with it. It does it well. It's an anime, basically. So
a lot of story for you, story folk.
Yeah. And I'm a story driven person. Like
I'm a really big fan of like circle to skip cutscenes. Or X, whatever.
God, it drives me crazy when you push that button.
Just, I don't want to see
I'm like, I'm trying to read that.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that.
I'm trying to experience.
I mean, I get it. Like, there's some stories that are good, so I watched some of the story in The Last of Us.
How dare you say some of the story?
I watched some of the movies in Uncharted, like, and I get that, like, they're kind of a bigger part of it.
I love Uncharted.
Just, God, I don't care.
That makes sense.
Like, come on, I'm a loot whore, so whatever. I had my addiction to WoW, and that has the best story ever.
Does it?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, all the things I never read.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I was like, has it ended? I don't know.
Sure.
Like, are they at the point
it ended
where
for me.
Like, okay, guys, story's over.
It ended for me
Just
for about
play.
like a week of shivering under the covers and desperately trying to fill the hole it left in my life.
I never really got into PC games. I played Star Wars Galaxy.
Yes,
But
I played that
we
too.
talked about this.
Yes.
I got into it roughly after...
You got into it once they
changed.
made it into the baby game.
Yeah, they made it user-friendly.
Yeah, you made it into a little baby.
Yeah, it was cool.
They're like, press 1 to win, and then you're like, I can do this.
Yeah.
So you started doing
Although, it took me till like level 36 to get a lightsaber or something.
Yeah, because no, because you know what? Fuck you, because it took me like 2 years of playing to even get the chance to go get a lightsaber. Because
that's
before
stupid.
you could just be all you want to be. And then the best part is when they rolled Jedis into that game and they started letting people go, I like had my own little revolt against that and started a guild to be bounty hunters and go kill all the Jedi because I was like, I hate all of you.
Baby Boba Fett. That's
Yeah,
good.
it was cool. That was a really good game before the combat upgrade is what they called it.
That's what they called it?
It was so good before that. And then
Do you
pooped
like
on
the
it.
Old Republic or no?
Like Knights of the Old Republic? Like KOTOR?
Well, no, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
The new MMO from them?
Yeah. Well, it's not even new anymore.
Well, no, but it's
yeah,
good. I played it at launch. I played it probably for 6 months, 7 months.
That's not bad.
It got boring quick. It wasn't as populated, and they had too many servers going, so it was harder to like catch up with people.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
But it had some problems with that I just didn't. I don't know. I couldn't get it. I haven't gotten into an MMO since I left WoW. And I tried EverQuest 2. I've tried
Pardon my
Elder
ignorance.
Scrolls.
What would you call Diablo? Top down
Diablo.
action adventure RPG?
Yeah, it would be an action adventure RPG, I guess. I don't know. A hack and slash. Sorry, it would be a hack and slash.
Okay.
So basically, just maximize for damage. Once you get up there, you got to get your survivability. But it's not an MMO in the sense of like WoW and whatnot. Because I don't need to get 10 people together to go raid a fortress, and I don't need to
give it a loot.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah.
And then they also like you can solo play, whereas WoW you get to a point where you just can't, like, you're not going to go into the raids and solo play them.
Becomes a circle jerk at that point.
Right, just everybody hanging out.
Too much. I'm sorry, guys.
It's hack and slash. It's hack and slash, I guess,
You're part of our brains now.
because they took away trading. You can't even trade with people anymore. That I miss. Or there's no point of it.
Wait.
Really. Because everything becomes account bound and
Okay. When I played the When I played the PlayStation version, which
Way different.
but you could
Yeah, but it was different.
Oh, but is that kind of trading you're talking about?
So
or
you
like,
can trade if we're in game together. They give you like 2 hours to trade items to each other.
okay. Is this PC
before they
version?
become account bound? No, even for PS4.
Oh,
But we played with our girlfriends because it's a pretty accessible game. So the 4 of us could play on one screen. We could carry them if need be,
yeah.
which the need be.
Got the team on our backs.
So but that's different. They just had different systems at that time.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So yeah, I feel like the audience has gotten to see what we're about. We're a lot funnier.
I mean, I wouldn't go too far.
Yeah, I mean, we're not.
I mean, I'm not
hilarious.
trying to say that I drop bombs over here, but
You drop bombs.
yeah,
Drop
sometimes.
bombs. Like stinky ones.
No, but this is us. This is our podcast. We're going to be trying to put these out at least weekly. And then if you want to follow us,
We're not saying that we're the most unscheduled people. We just have a life outside of this. But,
yeah. So quick note on that one. Both of us are about to get married within the next 3 months.
not to each other.
well, I mean,
unfortunately.
because he said no.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Well, we got to save face, you know.
Right.
We got to
We gotta
keep up
make it look
appearances.
normal.
We live together, so.
yeah.
Just go No, I mean,
And we're not getting married. That
so
is weird.
Yeah, let's change subjects.
No, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, my name's PhilG1117. Yeah, I get it. It's unwieldy, but I had that one for a long time.
Yeah, it's cool, I guess. It's not
Nope.
cool, guys. Mine is, and this is Jason again. Mine is at JROC928, which is JRock.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
that happened.
You give me crap for mine, and then you drop that.
It is what it is.
J Rock. What does that mean?
Don't worry about
You
it.
throwing up J's?
Well,
You're rocking that
I
J.
used to be an aspiring rapper when I was growing
Oh
up.
God,
Not really. That was terrible.
you're terrible now.
Thank you. At rapping or just life?
Life.
It feels good.
Just a
It
general
feels
thing.
good to hear that.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, you guys can follow us. We'll also be streaming when we can. We'll be
Yeah.
up there. Phil's at Blazers New Hope on Twitch. I'm at XXJRock928XX. That's 2 X's in the front, 2 X's in the back.
Again with the J Rock.
I grew up with it, and I never changed it.
We're changing it.
No,
It's
I'm okay
gone.
with it.
It's dead.
No.
No. Then if you want to meet up on any consoles, clearly we both do PS4 and Xbox One. Game a lot on them. My name for everything is Blazers New Hope. I try to keep it the same. Also, like I said, if you're on Diablo,
I try to keep it safe.
yeah, but yours is terrible.
Blazers New Hope. You're not anyone's hope.
the point.
Jesus.
Irrelevant. But yeah, so if you want to meet us up on there too, we'll be on.
Yeah, and like, comment, subscribe once we set everything up. But please, we want to hear your feedback. I know it can be negative. I'm okay with that. I might cry when I read it, but you guys won't see that. So I'm okay with that.
I'll videotape it. That'll be a special.
Oh yeah, we could put that on YouTube. But yeah, thanks for spending time with us, and we'll see you next time.